Yo, what's up, yo? This Gerard B with Gerard B TV. Hey, we here with another one for y'all, man. It's cut down day, right? Happening at 4 p.m., man. We got some action today. We got some action today, but hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, baby. Roll to 1K. We on our way. That joint Rhyme, but you know how we is. We just trying to make sure we get the people what they want. Man, how's everybody day been today, man? I hope y'all ain't been as busy as me, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely let me know down in the comment section. How was your Tuesday? Because Tuesday was woo. They was working your boy today, man. They was working your boy today. But man, we can get right into it. To be honest with you, let me see if I can get some get a little imagery for y'all guys right quick, so we can see what's going on, what done went down, if you will, because it's over with now. I mean, now we got our first iteration of the roster. And yeah, we could talk about it a little bit. We could definitely talk about it because yeah, man, I don't know if we seen some of this coming. I know I did. You know what I'm saying? I hope that if you was rocking with this channel, you did too, man. You did too. I'm trying to pull this here. What I want to pull up first. We want to see who got cut first, right? Let's go through the cuts first, man. Let's go through the cuts first. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? With my joints? Dude, right here. Here we go. Right from the team themselves, man. All right. Let me make size that up the right way for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Boom, bop, bip. So yeah, man, off the rip, right? Like if you're looking at this list, right off the top, you see God Sam Cosme, he on the pup. That means he's missing the first 4 games. So we can cancel Christmas on us having that uber dominant offensive line that I was hoping that we was gonna have while we was on our way. You know what I'm saying? But the first 4 games, they're not a cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination. So we definitely got to make sure that everything else is A1. Now the team, I feel like the team's gotten better in some spots, and maybe in some other spots we got worse. And we gonna discuss all of that today, right? On this little afternoon kick, man. Hey, so first up with the cut was Casimir Allen. I mean, it's not in order how they got cut. This just they name in alphabetical order. But Casimir Allen, he gone. Thinking about Casimir, I ain't like what I seen from him no way when it came to special teams. I kind of knew the writing was on the wall for the boy when he literally was taking the last snaps of the game, the last preseason game. He was taking the last running back snaps while they was trying to run the clock out. So yeah, I mean, that's a that was a project player. We definitely was trying to see, change him from wide receiver to running back. He, gained a little weight. He looked okay. I get some little pop, but as far as special teams go, I didn't like what I seen from him as a return guy. Um, I don't know. He didn't hit the hole the right ways. A few times, B. Mitch made mention that he didn't necessarily believe in the blocking scheme, so he was deviating and trying to do his own thing, and that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work, man. If they blocking it up one way, you need to take the way they blocking it up. Oh, that's gonna be a penalty, which we saw a lot of, right? Cam Arnold, that's the undrafted free agent guy from this year. Um, he had a play or two, right? He definitely would probably be a practice squad guy for sure. Ricky Barber, I remember seeing him flash a little bit in the last preseason game, so maybe a practice squad guy. The one that shocked me the most is right here, Ja'Cory Brooks. Man, y'all know I've been touting the boy. I've been on his bandwagon real tough. So we only really went with 5 wide receivers, as you're gonna see the rest of these cuts. Um, and that's very interesting. I thought Ja'Cory had a good shot on making this roster. They probably think they can sneak him back on the practice squad, him being an undrafted free agent, and with the amount of wide receivers that have hit the market today and that are available in the streets currently. I guess they presume that they can get him back. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not, if he ain't on the roster, I ain't gonna have no hard feelings. But I do want the boy to make the roster. 6'3", you can't teach 6'3", right? Physical 6'3" receiver at that. Lawrence Cager, he did not make the 53. That's not a surprise to me. I do think he's a practice squad guy coming back to us. Again, like I said the other night, he's showing some stuff. He was actually making sure when the route was there, he was there. He was there to catch the ball. The ball was caught when it was thrown his way. Even if it wasn't a lot of opportunities, he looked good catching it. Everything looked natural. So I think Lawrence Cage had probably got himself onto the practice squad. River Craycraft, that was just a body we brought in. Wide receiver body, I ain't see nothing, ain't hear nothing. So yeah, gone. Carl Davis, I remember Carl Davis' name because he was one of the people that was subbed in for Deron Payne in an NFC championship game, bro. And as you see, he's a cut candidate. He has been cut. I guess it was just because that last preseason, you know what I'm saying? The last few preseason games, you're not showing up and showing out against the scrubs, then we don't need you here. Another shocker to me was Sheldon Day. I thought Sheldon Day, based off of his pedigree from last year, being an undersized guy, actually showing what he was worth. I guess they just want to go in a different direction. Maybe they bring him back on the practice squad. Like I said, 16 players on the practice squad, 17 if you got the IPP guy. So to be completely honest with you, it's kind of summing up to saying a lot of these guys are coming back on the practice squad as veteran additions. That's what it looks like. Michael Dieter, he gone. Thank you, goodness. I don't think he's coming back on the practice squad. I don't think Michael Dieter's making the practice squad. They need to, yeah. Oh my God. I don't even want to say the little line he always said. Demetric Felton, man. I like Demetric Felton, the name, right? But the game wasn't there. The game wasn't there. The game didn't match the name. I said that right? Yeah. But basically, think about it like this, man. Every time he got the ball, he was dancing. He was dancing way too much. He was never north and south with it. I mean, south and north, east. He was always east and west, and so that's the issue. If you dancing, you're not getting to the hole. You're not getting no yards. You're not gaining ground. You actually giving up ground every time you take a lateral step to the right or left. You're giving up ground. So yeah, Demetric Felton, I ain't necessarily tripping about. Maybe you bring him back on the practice squad. Probably not, because there's a lot of skilled players out there in the market right now that can fill that role from a practice squad body perspective that may have more potential. So we're gonna see about that. Another non-shocker was Cleveland Farrell. I feel like we knew he was cut since last year. And then the fact that he was in the third preseason game trying to fight Bama's at the end of the game. Yeah, Clee really wasn't doing nothing, man. He was out here collecting a check right now. Um, I don't know, man. Maybe he just needs some rehab time. The game might have passed him by. We don't know. We do not know when it comes to Clee, but he was getting vet rest days and he still wasn't producing for us. So that's a telltale sign. Another kind of surprise, Antonio Hamilton was cut, right? They just brought him in most recently. Reports have been coming out that they like the guy. So surprised that they cut him, but also they were trying to shop Noah I today as well. So I bet you if they could have shopped Noah I today, they might have kept Antonio Hamilton Sr., but obviously those deals didn't come to fruition before the 4:00 deadline, so they had to make things do what they do because AP don't wait for no man. Our guy Sam Hartman, he's cut. I don't think he's coming back to the practice squad. I heard John Keim say he's probably a practice squad candidate, but I mean, he got a noodle for an arm, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can't be having that, man. You're not giving us no look at any of the skill players any of the depth skill players, right? Hence the Ja'Cory Brooks. Hence the couple of the other receivers that you're going to see on this cut list. Bobby Hart, a tackle. He got cut. Andre Jones, one of the last of the Ron Rivera draft picks, 7th rounder dude. He cut. Jacoby, even though Andre Jones, they might bring him back on the practice squad just because, again, like I always say, if the coach name you in the press conference in a positive way, you might got an opportunity. So if he don't get claimed off waivers, which he probably won't, he'll probably be back in the practice squad for us for sure. You can't never have enough edge rushers that you can kind of teach that talk to, if you will, especially when you got a Von Miller in the room that's going to be trying to educate Bama's. Another wide receiver, Jacoby Jones. I like Jacoby Jones, not from like what he's done, but like more of like the potential in the guy, right? But a lot of these cats is all potentiality for me. And Jacoby Jones, he gave me like Anquan Bolden vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was liking that. Now, I never say he was going to be anything like Anquan, but you give me those vibes, you know what I'm saying? Physical receiver, you know what I'm saying? Good build. Looks like he was, you know what I'm saying? Chiseled that man up like he worked out with Jordan McGee on a regular, you know what I'm saying? Let's see who else. Jalen Holmes. Yeah, that was a little bit of a little surprise, but not really, just because you think about it. Again, the end of the depth chart players and things of that nature. Jalen Holmes, he had a good little couple games for us last year. He showed up a little bit. He's always, if you look at anything the team put out, okay, he's always up there, man. He's a great teammate. You know what I'm saying? Even in the Terry video they dropped today, at the end of the video, number 96, that's him right there, front and center. So he's a great teammate. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back on the practice squad just because he's a locker room guy, right? Now, I'm not saying we bringing him back just because of that, but we've seen other regimes do way worse, way worse. And this regime seems like they got everything going. And I believe that a Jalen, what was I talking about? Yeah, a Jalen Holmes, I believe he can actually help. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he showed us some things last year, but some reports have said that his play the last two preseason games wasn't necessarily up to the standard. So there you go. That's how you fall off the 53. TJ, yeah, I don't know how to say his last name, but yeah, he got cut. I believe he's if I'm not mistaken, that's the IPP player. So he probably get brought back on the practice squad. That'll be the 17th guy on the practice squad if they bring him back. Tay Martin, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Tay, he was okay. Another rhyme. But yeah, he was all right, man. It was just the dropsies for me, right? Him and Chris Moore. They was dropping the ball like crazy, man, like crazy. Um, I think they missing Chris Moore on this list because he definitely got cut. Let me just keep going down the list whole time. Rob McDaniel, the guy, the HBCU cat. Listen, he definitely coming back on the practice squad. He looked good in the game. The third game, it's just a numbers game. He probably ended up being the sixth safety on the roster, right? So, and I think he was ahead of Ben Nickel, who was also cut as well. Guard Tim McKay, the guy we brought in as a UDFA this year, right? I think he came from North Carolina State. Paid him some money and things of that nature. He'll probably be a practice squad guy unless he gets picked up, right? Remember, he was supposed to get drafted, but he had an injury situation that he was dealing with, so he fell all the way out the draft. So that's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, there go Chris Moore, wide receiver Chris Moore. Yeah, he cut. That boy got garbage hands. He was out there dropping everything, man. Like Chris Moore was dropping all the dimes. If he was trying to get Sam Hartman out of here, he did. He did his job. I'm taking somebody with me. Ben Nickel, gone. KJ Osborne, gone. Bobby Price, thank you, goodness, he gone. Nobody wanted to see Bobby Price out here no more. He was out here selling, bro. You can't be 6'3" playing like you 5'4". Like you got to be way more physical than that, man. That's just bad ball, and that's not what our team about, man. If you a commander, you need to step up, all right? Especially, you know what I'm saying. You've been in the league a few years, you know what I'm saying. Like, come on, dude, you out here looking like a undrafted. You know what I'm saying? Like you came from like the UFL and you just don't believe in yourself type deal. So another surprise cut, kind of sort of, was Duke Riley. Duke Riley got cut, you know, and I know we all know why, right? He didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong. Somebody else did something more, you know. It's about what can you do for me. Foster Sorrell got cut. Cole Turner, man, that's another one of them Ron Rivera guys. Gone. All right, so that's two gone in this cut spree. So now we down to 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, 8. Because we lost B-Rob already. Yeah, so it's 8, right? 8 picks left, man. 8 picks left in 4 years. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today once we start to look at the actual 53, once we get done with these last 2 cuts. Colin Vigors, he was getting cooked up and down the field every game we saw him in. That was another UDFA they gave some bread to. Maybe they like him, maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't really care. If we gotta have Colin Vigors in the field, man, we cooked. All right, like he not ready yet. He need to go ahead into the weight program and get in the film room and just work. Right. I don't even really need him I don't even want to see him on scout team. Like, nah, man, because Bama's is gonna be cooking you up, bro. Daryl Worley. All right. Actually, Daryl Worley wasn't a surprise because he came late, but he does have some good rapport with some of the guys on the team. So I wouldn't be surprised if he came back as a practice squad guy. Got a good relationship with Mikey and some of the DB coaches from what I heard in the grapevine. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to see how they're going to twerk that as far as how that how they gonna do the practice squad because obviously we won't find that out for a couple more days once they start to try to grab some of these Bammers off the wave off these wires. Let me see if I could pull up this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is what y'all care about. Let me fix that for y'all. I don't even know why that came in there like that. Give me a sec. Editing on the fly is a real thing, man. You got to be real multitaskful in this joint. All right. So 15 minutes in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, right? Roll the 1K, baby. We gonna make it there. Our goal is to get it by September 7th. Woo, we cutting it close. We cutting it close, man. But right here, right now, let's go ahead and get started with the quarterbacks, man. All right, no surprise, Jaden, Marcus. But Josh Johnson, man, that's looks sneaky. That looks sneaky fishy right there. That's giving me vibes that Josh Johnson might not. He's definitely looking like he's probably gonna get released for another position, if you will. I don't think we carrying three quarterbacks in. I really got us only doing two. Um, so that's gonna be. I'm curious. I don't even think we're gonna bring in. If we bring in a third quarterback, I think we're gonna bring in somebody off the street to play to be practice squad guy. I don't even think Josh Johnson gonna make the practice squad. I just think we holding him for a roster spot. Let me know if you think that's some what I'm saying, some foo-foo, or if that got some merit to it. Cause I think it got some merit, you know what I'm saying? Running backs. We got Eck, we got McNichols. Oh, shout out Nikki Giovanna too. She the one that posted this on Twitter too, man. That was clutch of her. One of my favorite beat reporters. Jeremy McNichols, Bill, and then Chris Rodriguez. No surprise here. Because we thought they was keeping full. We thought they was keeping full for sure. Now, this is where the surprise came in for me, right? The wide receivers, because we only kept 5 wide receivers. I was saying 6. Like, we got to keep 6. We got to keep 6. But Terry, Noah, Debo, we knew that. 1, 2, 3. Luke made it. Luke made it, right? Luke on there, right? I think Candy Wallace said it's been all these wide receivers getting cut, but Luke ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because Luke showed some things. Luke was showing some things. Obviously, that question that Ben Standig asked about the wide receivers was a good one because that actually was able to highlight some of what they look for when the wide receivers don't get the ball targeted to them, right? They are looking at the all 22 tape. They looking at the route depth. They looking at how they ran their route against what kind of coverage. And Luke, obviously, you can call it behind the scenes, right? He was cooking. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when he did catch the ball, that third game of the season, he made a couple of Bama's mess with some real fundamental jukes. And I like fundamental jukes because you're not fumbling the ball. Keep that ball secure. Jalen Lane, he rounds out the wide receiver room at number 5. This is where I think that Josh Johnson play comes in at. I really feel like they're gonna let Josh Johnson go, and we're gonna bring in another wide receiver. One of these wide receivers that's been getting released today. Right now, AP and the staff probably scouring and going through copious amounts of notes, trying to figure out, okay, man, who we bringing in and for who. Let me see who else here. And that's really the interesting part when it comes to the wide receivers, because I know with 5, I mean, that's a solid 5, but I think that 6 receiver is going to be someone that can help them in the game as well, because I don't think they believe that Luke will be able to help them immediately as well. But if he is, that's cool. But they want to have some, you know what I'm saying, some actual guns back there, I feel like. Because, Luke and Jalen, they playing special teams as well, so you don't want to burn them out. So you definitely need another body back there. That's my opinion, right? 4 tight ends, that was a little bit of a shocker for me. Zach Ertz, John Bates, Ben Sinnott, and Kosin Yankov. Now, I will say this. Ben Sinnott, you need to watch out. You need to watch out. We're going to run back through this, and we're going to talk about who need to watch out and things of that nature. But Kosin Yankov making the active 53 off the first iteration of the 53 is very impressive. Like, not only is he a demon on special teams, and he blocks his face off, but the dude caught a pass and went 50 yards. We ain't never seen Ben Sinnott do that. And I don't think the coaches ever seen Ben Sinnott do that. And they like, oh, not only was you physical at the point of catch, you was physical to the guy that tried to bring you down, get him off me, bounce, and then you scamper for 50 yards. Man, what? We ain't never seen Ben Sinnott do that. And we was praying Zach Ertz would do that one time last year. Now we know Zach old ass, he ain't giving us that kind of yak, but we was calling him no yak Zach last year. And if we can get Kosa Yankov going a little bit, and that's really Ben Sinnott, you need to watch your back, my boy. I know y'all a tight end room, but you might need to start to try to take Zach Ertz to breakfast and lunch and dinner and start to get some of them tight end secrets, man, for sure. Let's see, offensive line. 9 offensive linemen. Yep, this is exactly how we had it, y'all. This is exactly how we had the offensive line. Laramie, Brandon Coleman, Tyler Biotis, Nick Allegretti. Yep. Tyler. Yep. Josh Connolly. Noah Fan. Okay, cool. Cool. Now I will say, if you notice, they got Nick Allegretti as the guard opposite on the other side of Biotis, the right guard, and they got Andrew Wiley as the. Now I know this isn't necessarily the depth chart, but it is the depth chart. If you look at it in this sense, right? It's kind of the depth chart. Like they making Bill be the 3rd running back for a reason. Chris Rodriguez, you the 4th running back for a reason. Austin Eckler is the most proven in the room, right? That's just how I'm looking at it. Terry's your wide receiver 1 starter. Noah's behind him. Debo's your slot. Jalen Lane's behind him. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that goes. Like Zach Ertz and Ben Sinnott and Kosa Yankov is in one line, and John Bates is by himself because he's a blocking tight end. So back to the line, they saying Josh Connolly, you're not a starter yet per this unofficial. Well, this is official. This initial 53-man roster. But I'm reading too much into it. I'm trying to gaslight y'all a little bit. Trying to gaslight y'all in the comment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So that's interesting because the offensive line. I like it. It looked deep. It looks better than it did last year for sure. Right? Defensive line wise, Deron Payne, Javon Kinlaw, Dietrich Wise, Dorrance Armstrong, Jacob Martin, Jerzon Newton. Yes, sir. Javonte Jean-Baptiste. I like that. Keep your young boys. Keep developing them. Eddie Goldman. Right? So they keeping their own. I like this 8. Again, I think they might bring on maybe 2 on the defensive tackles and 2 defensive tackles onto the practice squad, but we'll see. Jalen Holmes and probably Sheldon Day. That's my guess. Sheldon Day got history here. So Jalen Holmes, but Sheldon Day means he gets shot out by Joe Witt a lot. So it's kind of really surprising that he's not here. Linebackers, they kept 7 linebackers, dude. They kept 7 linebackers. Bobby Wags, Frankie Louvu, Von Miller, Jordan McGee, Nick Below. Now, granted, again, they could just put Von Miller right there with the defensive line. That'd have been 9, but whatever. So Jordan McGee, Nick Below, Cam Madrano, and Ale Cajo. He made it, man. Undrafted, free agent rookie out of UCLA. Hey, man, he fought his ass off to get on this roster. And he showed up more than Cam Madrano right after Cam Madrano popped. Cam Madrano popped, and Ale Cajo was like, oh, that's what I got to do? And he popped. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I didn't get drafted, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So that was mighty impressive from Ale Cajo, man. Hey, shout you out, my boy. Like, that is how you eat. He was even getting shouts out from Jeremy Reeves, like, yo, dude's he a hunter, dude. He a hunter. You know what I'm saying? So these guys better watch their ass. Not Nick Ballore, but more like a Cam Madrano or Jordan McGee. Now, personally, me, I like this problem. I like having all these young linebackers behind the vets. I love it. Right? With corners, simple. We have 5 corners: Marshawn, Trey, Mikey, Jonathan Jones. Now he was on PUP. Guess they took him off PUP, brought his ass to the active. And then Noah I. That we also was trying to trade Noah I. Was getting a lot of interest from other teams. So that might be something that falls down as well, where we might get a little compensation for Noah I once the dust settles on this market right now. But I don't know. I like Noah I. I like having this deep cornerback room. We haven't had a cornerback room that was deep in a while, you know? So if you think about it, Marshawn, Trey, and Mikey, you good with them 3 lined up against anybody, right? Jonathan Jones, he's teaching Mikey the tricks of the trade from a nickel slot corner position, right? And then Noah I, he's the versatile athletic guy that can play the boundary as well as inside, right? And so can Jonathan Jones, but Noah I is like crazy athletic, and he's still young. Former first-round pick. You know the vibes. Quan Martin, Will Harris, Jeremy Reeves, Percy Butler, and Tyler Owens. Those are your safeties. No surprises there. right? Wasn't a surprise. I just told you the sixth safety was the guy, the HBCU cat. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely probably back on the practice squad for sure. Y'all know the specialists; they don't ever change. Now we do want Matt Gay to get some competition, so we'll see. I saw people asking for Dustin Hopkins because he got cut today. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. We do not need Dustin Hopkins. We will find someone else. We will find someone else. So I mean, once you look at these, do you look at these rooms, right? These different positional groupings, if you will. Where did we get stronger? Where did we stay the same? And where did we get worse? Right? Like when you look at it, I feel like quarterbacks are strong, right? Running backs, I feel like might have gotten weaker from uh a power back perspective because now we don't necessarily have that power back, even though Chris Rodriguez got some power, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Bill got some power, Jeremy Nichols got some power, right? But you know what I mean, just different versatility. But I feel like with the four running backs that we do have, that's different. That's a deep group. That's still a deep group. I feel like all four of these guys can be good contributors to us this year. And I don't know what kind of stats we looking at. But I mean, I've seen people today at talking about they want to see Bill with 1,200 rushing yards. I'm like, God damn. And if he gets 1,200 rushing yards, we might go undefeated, my boy. Crazy. Let me know in the comment section what you got JD doing, what you got some of these running backs doing from a rushing standpoint. I'm saying I think JD might do 500 this year. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna be chilling on the running too much. I think he's gonna run. We gonna get a couple long ones, but primarily it's gonna be him scrambling around just to pass the ball. Because I think we're gonna have more people out in the routes because of the offensive line being able to block very, very well. Uh, I think the tight end situation, right? I really feel like if anybody needs to watch their back, it's Ben Sinnott because Kosa Yankov look like he coming for a job. Look like Kosa Yankov trying to get that tight end three, and be the heir apparent to Zach Ertz, right? So unless we draft somebody else. But I think that's a telltale sign right there. So you could look at that as that's an ongoing battle all season long. Ben Sinnott can't sleep at all this offseason. At all. Nobody else on the offense got to deal with that. Right? Everybody else on the offense kind of got their spot slotted. I mean, if you want to say Luke and Jalen Lane, um, I wouldn't say so because I think Jalen Lane is more like the Debo, right? On the Debo position. He's a slot receiver, right? He can play outside, but they primarily use him in the slot. They will bounce him outside here and there, but yeah. So I think Ben Sinnott on the offensive side, he is under the most pressure, right? That's a tough spot to be in. But listen, you're a year two dude, and kind of what I've been trying to get you guys to understand, and I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it lately. Yo, that Ron Rivera draft class has really fucked us up. Now, we lost a lot of depth. We lost a lot of depth. And now it's on AP. It's on AP. It's on AP to build that depth back up with his draft picks. Right? We can't blame Ron Rivera no more. Right? Once we cut Cole Turner today and what's your Bama name? Andre Jones, we can't blame Ron Rivera no more today. That's it. This AP team now. Move on. We washing our hands with Ron. Right? Eight draft picks or less, 7 draft picks left on the roster. All right. You history, bro. You probably can't even come into the stadium nor the new stadium. All right. You're not allowed. Ron's not allowed in the new stadium. But what I will say is the depth, man. You think about all them draft picks, all of those draft picks. Like if you think every team gets 7 draft picks a year, right? Let's just say you pass up. Let's say you get 5 on average every year. And we talking 4 years of draft classes, dude. That's 20 picks, and we only got 8 left. So that's 12 Bamas that inflamed out. Like, come on, man. Look at all the areas where we could have used that. And I'm looking at you, tight end. All right. I'm looking at you. Ben Sinnott, you are now in trouble, my boy. You are in trouble. Everybody else on the offense side, like I said, they good to go. They are fine. Josh Conley, I think he's gonna be our starter. I like the fact that we kept Chris Paul. And Trent Scott. Them boys was working hard this offseason to get themselves right. Obviously, we're going to keep George Fant. We just brought him in. I think that's good tackle depth there. Now, on to the defensive side of the ball. Let's see where we got better or we got worse. Now, looking at the defensive line, I'm going to say we got better at the defensive line. Defensive line group is deep. Like if you look, Deron Payne, Javon Kinlaw, that's a major addition right there. Dietrich Wise, I think that's going to be a good addition. Dorrance Armstrong, I think he's renewed and revigorated. I think he's going to give us something. I think he's going to give us. I think he might be able to give us a double-digit sacks that we're looking for. Um, Especially if we can line him up in the inside, like my man Louis T be talking about. I love the fact that Louis be having that plug when it comes to that. He have a real good eye. I like that. Jacob Martin, he was flashing, and if y'all follow, what's my man's name? My man Maul, right? Over on Trap or Dive, he did a whole breakdown on Jacob Martin. That joint was hella good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Jacob Martin, he might be the flash a little something. He was showing up and showing out a little bit this preseason. Johnny Newton, year 2 guy. Listen, we need you to show up, my guy. We need you to show up. Like this year 2, you was supposed to be a potential first round draft pick when we drafted you last year. All right, you done cut your hair. You done got the low cut now, right? You looking real svelte. And I need you to perform. I need you to perform. That's where the depth come in at that we was talking about, that this AP draft class has got to start to replenish. I'm looking at you, Luke McCaffrey. My boy, it's year 2. You got to turn up, right? You don't have that. Boy, you was almost cut this year. You know what I'm saying? In our eyes, you was almost cut this year. So all these year 2 dudes, Luke McCaffrey, Ben Sinnott, Jerzon Newton, hold on, next position group, which I think got better as well, the linebacker group, Jordan McGee, that second-year guy. Look, his second-year player is layered at this roster. AP did a great job of picking these draft picks. Now these guys got to show up, man. Now they got to develop the right way. That ain't on AP. That's on the coaching. That's on the player. AP picked them. AP picked the groceries. You know what I'm saying? And our man Dan, I keep wanting to call him Dan Q. But Dan Quinn and Joe Witten, them, man, they got to develop them. You know what I'm saying? On the defense side of the ball, Cliff, you got to do some developing, right? Because I need to see what Ben Sinnott can do. I need to see what Luke McCaffrey can do. Because if not, man, we back to square one with these position groups, right? We not deep, right? One injury away from needing to pick up somebody off the street. All right, so back to linebackers. Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu, Von Miller, Jordan McGee, Nick Below, Cam Madrano. Yep, I like the fact that we young in the back end. Cam Madrano, Ale Cajo, Jordan McGee, young. Right, again, Jordan McGee, it's your second year. You don't got the same draw as Cam Madrano and Ale Cajo. You got to work this year. You got to stay on the field and be healthy, right? I can't have you in and out the lineup. I can't not remember what your jersey number is, my dude. Like, you are drafted on this team. They had a whole player spotlight about you. My man Lake Lewis did a spotlight about you in his paper on heavy.com. Shout out, Lake. I was on y'all stream earlier, shouting y'all boys out, him and Rio. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. They got to make, these second-year players got to make it do what it do. All right, so we move on to corners. Marshawn, Trey, Mikey. I think this group's gotten better. I think corners has gotten better, right? So right now, the only group to me that's gotten worse, damn, am I that much of a homer, y'all, that I can't figure out which group got worse? Maybe on the outside they ain't get worse. Hold on, we ain't there yet. I'm going to run back through. So with corners, listen, I got a rookie in Trey Amos. And I really think Trey Amos might be a defensive rookie of the year type of player, right? Same way we felt like Mikey was. We felt like Mikey was a defensive rookie of the year candidate last year. He ain't getting no love. JD said otherwise. Yeah, listen, this dude keep me sharp. You know what I'm saying? So Mikey, a year 2 player that's been showing up. If I had to grade him, he got an A. He got an A. All right. If you notice, I ain't have to mention Brandon Coleman because he got an A as well from a second-year perspective. Because your man's played tackle last year, right? We gave his ass a hard time because we were like, yo, you a guard, but you playing tackle and you protecting the franchise. Boom. You know what I mean? Now he switched to guard and he ain't missing a beat. He looked better at guard now than he ever did at tackle. And he looked good at tackle. So it might have a Pro Bowl guy there. So that's good. Good. Then you back to Mikey. Pro Bowl potential this year. I need a Pro Bowl for Mikey. I need him to get some Pro Bowl votes. He ain't necessarily got to make it, but he need to be in the running, right? I need them talking about him like they talk about some of these other slot corners in the league. Jonathan Jones, Noah I, they round out that group. Listen, we got another second-year player in this next group of safety. Now, I think the safety group, that might be where you can be like, did we get better or did we stay the same? Did we push? Because really, it come down to if you feel like Will Harris is an upgrade over Jeremy Chin. From a coverage standpoint, most pundits say yes. From a coverage standpoint, from a run support standpoint, they say it's a wash or nah. So that's one of those we're gonna have to definitely take a look at, especially once we get into that meat of the season. We playing against like Saquon Barkley's and um Bijan, and we got running backs that's gonna be trying to get outside on us, right? Like Will Harris, I need you to show up. I need you to show up, man. Jeremy Reeves, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like him and Ale Cahoe is like best friends or something like that. Now him, Ale Cahoe, and Colton Yankov, they probably crazy in the locker room. Uh, but the second year guy I want to shout out is Tyler Owens. Last year, we was like he on and off the rosters. We got injured initially, you know what I'm saying? Came back on and off a little bit here and there, active, not active. But the fact that you made the active 53 off the first iteration, my boy, that's good on you. You was an undrafted free agent last year, right? That's the depth we're talking about. Right now, I'm giving Tyler Owens a B because Tyler Owens, you came from undrafted free agent, dude, last year to the fifth safety on the roster, right? Where, really you like the second or third, honestly, because you think you got free safety and strong safety. So he's the third strong safety, but I hope they don't ever play him at free. He really don't have any good coverage skills. And that's where he got developed. He got developed those coverage skills if he wants to move up this depth chart any. Um, because Percy Butler can cover a little bit. His tackling just probably right back. If you could put Percy Butler and Tyler Owens in the same body, man, you might have something there. You might have something there. So yeah, that's an interesting list, man. That's a really interesting list when I break it all down like that, like thinking about where we got better, where we got worse. Um, and then when you look primarily at just the second year players, and then you know that the depth that we have prior to that draft class is not here, that's something to think about. That is something to think about because we only had 5 draft picks this year, right? And so the draft picks that we had last year, they already Jaden contributor, Mikey contributor, Brandon Coleman contributor. Those 3, right? Then you got Jordan McGee, not available. Hopefully he's available this year. We need you available this year because I don't want to grade you like I'm about to grade Luke and Ben. Luke and Ben, you graded that way because you won't get the ball. And you are supposed to be offensive weapons. When we drafted Ben Sinnott, he was supposed to be this hybrid between George Kittle and like Kyle Juszczyk, right? We ain't really seen much of that. We ain't seen much of that. Besides the pass he caught from Tressway, that was it. All right, that was his highlight of the season for real for me. Even though he did catch a touchdown pass from Marcus Mariota, that ain't moved me. So yeah, Colson Yankov, another second year guy, but now he's pushing you, Ben. Ben, you were drafted. Colson was not. They'll keep Colson Yankov before they keep you, Ben Sinnott. It's cheaper to keep her. Okay, and you are been about to be expendable, my guy. You better show up. You better show up when you get your opportunity this season because Colson Yankov on your ass. Then Luke McCaffrey. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tough on Luke. It's his last name. I'm tough on him. Like I want him to be all that he can be. You know what I'm saying? Off that military shit. You know what I'm saying? But I like Jalen Lane more. Right? I like the guy they got cut today from the New York Jets more. Malachi Corley. I like Malachi Corley coming out of college way more than Luke McCaffrey last year. So again, I do think we're going to pick up a 6th receiver. I don't think that's going to move any of these guys off the roster. They're not going to move any of those Luke or Jalen off the roster because they have a spot. It's going to move Josh Johnson ass off the roster. You know what I'm saying? But that's just splitting heads because we all know Josh Johnson not going to make it, right? And we're not even having 3 quarterbacks active anyway. So like I just said, placeholder Josh Johnson. Shoot, when I look back, let me see. Yep, you got Brandon Coleman, Josh Connolly. Okay, yep, no competition there. I mean, when you go to the defensive line, Johnny Newton lucky. We ain't draft no defensive tackles this year. We don't have no defensive tackles that's on the practice squad that's gonna make any noise. So you good for a whole nother year. but best believe Johnny Newton, right? That we gonna draft somebody next year, dude, if you don't show up, right? And then you're gonna be in a situation where you might get cut next year or traded. So you need to get your act together. Need to get yourself together. Because I can't say the same for Jordan McGee. They got his replacements already on the roster. They got Jordan McGee replacements on the roster if he don't act right. Okay. So we got a nice succession plan for our players. And unfortunately, Jordan McGee, Ben Sinnott, yeah, you guys are under the most pressure for sure, right? Your replacements are already on the roster and they've been showing up and showing out. That's something to think about. Definitely something to think about. Mikey, he ain't got no problems. Mikey good to go. Tyler Owens, he good to go. So to be honest with you, I'm liking the 53 right now. I like our 53. I think we a wide receiver away from me being comfortable. I just need one more wide receiver, right? Give me somebody that's gonna make some plays on offense. He ain't got to be a special teams nothing, right? Give me something that we ain't got on our roster. Like if you look, we ain't got nothing 6'3". That'd have been Ja'Cory Brooks, right? We got a couple 4'3s, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't got nothing 6'3". We got some 4'3" speed guys on the wide receiver room, but we ain't got no size. So I'm hoping they go ahead and fix that because that's tough. It's tough with only 5 wide receivers, knowing how much special teams these guys got to play. These Luke and Jalen, right? So you need a 6 wide receiver, man. I'm gonna keep stressing that because special teams is the hardest position in the game. I don't know if any of y'all play ball, but special teams is like it's like hell. Like you don't want to do it, but you got to, right? You got to. You ain't got no choice, man. Hey, this is Gerard B TV. Y'all definitely need to subscribe up though, right quick. Go ahead, that subscribe button. Roll the 1K, baby. Roll the 1K. Let me check this here internet and see what's going on, man. Y'all vibing on this good Tuesday. The lady done went out to have drinks with her girls. I got the crib to myself. Let's see, they still got that Micah Parsons BS going on. Man, I ain't really worried about Micah and the Cowboys. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me if he's even on their roster. Go ahead and trade him out the division, man. Because we not gonna get him. He not coming to DC. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want Micah? What y'all trying to give up for Micah? We ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing to give up for Micah, dog. Let that dream go, fellas. Let that dream go. Yeah, man. I can't believe we only kept 5 wide receivers. Candy Waller said it best. The Commanders kept 5 wide receivers, and Luke McCaffrey is one of them. I feel you. Okay. Adam Schefter says Michael Tinsley, he has earned his roster spot. Y'all remember Michael Tinsley? We used to have him last year. He was cooking, and then he wasn't. Then we got him out of here. Like, AP be having Bamas, we be thinking they all right, and then they not. They gone, man. They are out of here. Like, it's a dog-eat-dog world out here. I hate it. I hate it for the guys. It's a tough day for them, man. It's a tough day for them. I know y'all saw the Terry McLaurin extension news. I know y'all saw that. I know y'all saw the vids. You know what I'm saying? My man walking up to the jump. Matter of fact, if y'all got time, let me play that for y'all. I could just play that for y'all right quick. Ain't no thing. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, man. Let me get that screen share. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me let y'all see that thing, man. Terry all fly. You know what I'm saying? Got the cream on cream. Fresh shape up. Good shape up. Let me go back. Because y'all be on my man Terry Peace. Y'all be on my man Terry Peace when it comes to that shape up. Let me show y'all something about these barbers. We're going to start this whole video over. Let me blow it up. Let me make it a little bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah, nah, y'all go get off my man Terry's skull right quick. All right. Look at the line. Look at the line. Can y'all see the line? My man fresh. All right? He fresh, man. Swag gookie. I mean, look at the boy. Got the cream on. All right. Got his clean with him, smiling ear to ear. Got the shines on. I wonder, it must be like 80 degrees back home. It must be 80. Y'all out there in shorts, chilling. Still back at man. I am a little jealous, man. I'm a little jealous. You know what I'm saying? They gave my man the slow motion walk. Y'all been trying to play with Terry, talking about they need to have him on all lists and the wedding videos. Hey, my man's for that right there. Look at the shape up. Clean, bro. Clean. All right. Like my shape up clean. But his jump, it looked like he got some money. It looked like he just got a bag, right? I like the fact they're really showing him out. You see the little background with the staying scary joint. You know he about to patent that he finna patent that his little celebration, the little he finna patent that early. Okay, DQ and AP and them. Yeah. Yeah. Now, right here, this the Terry we all used to. This the Terry we used to, y'all. That's the Terry we care a lot about. That's the one. That smile, them 32 teeth showing. Yeah, man. Yeah, 17. With your black queen. Boy, about to be having mad babies now. Hey, shout out Rio. He's about to have. Hey, Terry, like, I got the bag now. Okay, I got some more bags. I'm about to get rid of everything out of here. Everything. Look at the boy, man. Look at the boy. You ain't never seen a happier man. Shape up. Crispy than the mug, dog. Fox. Fix his shape up, dog. We do not want to see that when we play in the game. Right? Fix his shape up. Look, you see it. It's crispy. Right? He got the real barber from the DMV now. I don't know. He might have went to my man crib out classic cuts. I mean, I've been shooting in my barber for years. Like, yo. In the DMs, like, yo. But hey, you see him, boy, clean, crispy. 1,200 yards. 1,200 yards, sir. When you clean like that, all right, you'll shape up that crispy, and we know Fox and all the media outlets, they're going to have to update my mans. And if we don't, we rioting, bro. We can't have another one of them Fox updates when they have Terry McLaurin little cartoon visual over there and his shape up looking like that. Nah. Nah, but we back now, Terry. Yeah, dog. 17 in the building. Speaking of 17, I saw something real interesting about 17. Now, I ain't gonna pull this visual up because I don't own that jump, right? I don't own none of these visuals, but I definitely don't want these cats to get at me. You know what I'm saying? So look, check this out. Right now, Terry McLaurin is number 6 on the all-time receiving list for Washington Commanders. He had 6,379 receptions, right? That's about 65.8 yards per game across his whole career. Number 5 is Bobby Mitchell. That's 113 yards away. He only 113 yards away from Bobby Mitchell. Bobby Mitchell got 6,492 receiving yards. So what we're saying is, this season, Terry's number 5. Terry's getting number 5 in receiving yards. All right. Then Santana is number 4. He about 1,488 yards behind Santana. Now, I ain't saying Terry gonna have a 1,500 yard season. I ain't saying it. Y'all ain't saying it. Is that what y'all saying? Let me know. Let me know. I don't think y'all really saying that shit. But anywho, listen. Santana's 1,488, bro. All right, so we just gonna say we gonna see that next year. All right. So that's next year. He'll get that at the beginning of next year. Number 3 is Gary Clark with 2,363 yards away. So by the end of that year, by the end of next year, he gonna have passed Santana and Gary Clark, fam. And by the 3rd year of this contract, so 3 years from now, this season, next season, and then when the following season start, oh my God, your man's gonna crack number 2. Okay, he gonna crack number 2 all time for Washington when it comes to receiving yards with over 9,000 receiving yards. It's gonna take him about 2 more years after that to get number 1. So he gonna have to re-up. He gonna have to re-up one time. So I'm saying maybe 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 more years of Terry after his contract extension. He's gonna be the all-time leading receiver in Washington history. Why am I telling y'all that? Get your jerseys, man. Get your Terry jerseys, right? Get out there, that man. Get that man to sign your jersey. And if you don't, and if you got an extra one, send that joint my way, because I live down in Atlanta, y'all, and it's hard for me to make it up home all the time. So it'd be nice. But anywho, hey, the man, what's that? 5 years. So in 5 years, Terry could literally be the franchise leader in reception yards. Damn, that's a great way to. Hey, that's a great way. I wonder if that was part of his conversation with the team. Like, look, bro, give me this 3-year deal. Now I got 4 years. When that deal get done, sign me to some team friendly ish. That's my 5th year. We in the new stadium already. I break the record. Now we got a new NFL 100 film. That's crazy. They probably have scouted this joint out just for the boy. That's crazy to think about. That's amazing, man. We in a great situation, bro, as Washington Commanders fans, man. Hey, we got the best fans. We got the best team. What team, go through a name change like we went through and still be riding like we ride? Like, we be riding and we getting more and more rambunctious, I feel like, as it go. You know what I'm saying? As closer we get to the season, we getting more and more rambunctious, yo. And this Gerard B TV, I definitely need y'all to subscribe up, man. Definitely need y'all to subscribe up. Just scrolling through the interweb, seeing what's on here. I made sure not to. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. That's it. Everybody shouting Terry out on Twitter, dog. Everybody. It's good to see, man. It's real good to see, man. Dang. Oh, there you go. There he is. Wow. I didn't even know that. Shout out Josh Taylor for this little gem right here. Shout you out, Josh, for this gem here. Follow Josh on JTFB. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube. I'm gonna try to work with the guy soon, man. Hey, these dudes just be busy, man. I'm new to the scene. So I'll be just trying to get in where I fit in, make my own thing shake. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But Josh says, gotta give a shout out to Ale Cahill. Anytime an undrafted rookie makes a 53-man roster, it's special. So Josh shouts him out since he been riding with the Cats since he was at Alabama. Sheesh. Man, that's where he started his college career at. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy, man. That is crazy, man. That is so crazy. Yeah, we only kept 5 receivers on that. Yep. Scott Abraham, no ball. If y'all don't follow Scott Abraham on Twitter, make sure you do, man, because he definitely be on it. He be giving everybody everything. You know what I'm saying? Yup. Hey, look, man. I can't wait for this season to start, man. How y'all feeling about the roster? What y'all think our record gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Drop it down in the comment section. Let me know which position groups you think got worse, got better. Also, let me know if you think Terry McLaurin gonna break the franchise record in 5 years. Check your numbers, because I think he will. I might need to put a parlay down ASAP for that. ASAP for that, man. Let's see what's going on. What else going on in these interwebs, man? Because, shoot, I got time today. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry y'all gonna have to keep looking at this Terry joint. Let me see if I can find the Commanders joint right quick. The Commanders dropped something on them too. That joint was fire. It's a fire vid. It's a real fire vid. Oh, wow. Hey, you know what? Real quick, man, moment of silence. R.I.P., man, Rick Snyder, man. R.I.P. Rick Snyder, man. If you're a Commander fan, you know who he is. Dang. Love his pizza reviews, man. He was a quirky dude, man. Quirky dude. He's always cool, though. Always cool. So look at the team visuals here, man. Let's check out the team visuals here, man. Got AP in them, yup. And that joint is fire. This little 17 joint of him over the years, that is clutch. Terry. Oh, even Terry jumped on Twitter today. He said, you home? Yeah. I'm playing this jump. I ain't gonna play the sound. We playing this jump. Yeah. Yeah. That's Terry's father, if y'all ain't know. Y'all can tell by the head. That's Terry Fowler. Yeah. Goofy ass. Oh, acorn head ass. Good dude, though, man. Good Terry. Terry. You already know they out there screaming that joint for the boy. Dang, it's fire. Him and JD back. Yup. That's probably scary. The scariest of Terrys. The number one wide receiver in our front. Boy, if you don't like Terry, you don't like me. Look at it. Oh, that was my favorite catch, young. Him and Jeremy Reeves. If y'all wait to the end of the video, y'all gonna see Jalen Holmes. There go Jalen Holmes. That's crazy. He was everywhere. Yeah, Terry. Yeah. Hey, man. Put that thing in first for Terry, man. Hey. Anywho, dog, I'm gonna jump off this joint right quick, man. I might hop back on a little later this evening if any other news pop, man. But hey, this Gerard B TV. Burgundy and gold, man. We never fold. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Share us to the moon, baby. And we out.